I'm Dennis Bragg in Sanders County, where there's renewed concern about an alarming increase in the amount of COVID-19 cases and new calls for precautions.
Health Officer Dr. Nick Lawyer says the number of cases at Clark Fork Valley Hospital is triple the 7-day average of patients during the pandemic last winter, and the daily reports of positive cases has also eclipsed the numbers from December. That's forced local schools to go remote in the past week as staff and students either have the virus or close contacts. He doesn't see any single reason for the spike. I asked him whether the explosion of cases in North Idaho could be partly to blame.
That's a great question. I don't think we've seen clear data to suggest that Idaho's increased case volume is overflowing into our area.
Still, Lawyer says the Idaho situation is heartbreaking, and he's worried it might indicate where Montana is headed if more people don't take what he calls personal responsibility: vaccinations, masks, social distancing, and limiting exposure. He says nobody can dictate those choices.
Dr. Lawyer recognizes that Montanans like to be independent, but he says this is a time to do your risk assessment and keep your neighbors safe.
People are ruggedly independent, and they definitely don't like people telling them what to do. I think my hope is that people can see what's happening in North Idaho, and we have the advantage of seeing that. If we make a few simple interventions, we can really, hopefully, slow things down and not have the same suffering that they've had.
Lawyer says none of the precautions like vaccines are perfect, but powerful when used together.
It, like a layer of Swiss cheese, works really well, but has a few holes in it. Masking's the same way. Masking's not perfect. So each individual layer is imperfect, but when you add the layers on top of each other, the holes will be covered up.
Since he's been on the pandemic front lines for 18 months now, I asked Lawyer whether he's afraid for this fall and winter.
You know, Dennis, I was born here. I was actually born in this hospital. This is my community, and I appreciate people are frustrated with the continued presence of this virus in our lives. It's just a matter of taking personal responsibility to make those choices.
In Plains, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.